Coming up on Mountain News at 6, we mark today's 25th anniversary of the Cumberland Gap Tunnel opening to the public. And fall is here, but where are the colorful leaves? We talked to several experts on when we should expect to see more of those fall colors here in our region.
It finally feels like fall outside, and the sunshine looks to stick around as well. I'll have the full breakdown coming up right now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
The Cumberland Gap Tunnel on US 25E near Middlesboro turns 25 years old today. WYMT's Zach Hawk went to Middlesboro to take a look at the historical impact of this engineering marvel.
Officials at the Bell County Historical Society are celebrating the Cumberland Gap Tunnel with a special exhibit now through October 30th.
The famous Wilderness Road went through the Cumberland Gap, and before the tunnel was put in, we only had 1/2 mile of the original Wilderness Road in the exact location that it was.
That is a road traveled by some famous settlers and explorers.
They wanted to put the gap back as close as they possibly could to the 1750 appearance when Dr. Thomas Walker came through and, founded the area and named everything Cumberland after the Duke of Cumberland.
With the tunnel built, they added almost 2 miles to the Wilderness Road, and with the national park, expanded tourism.
I taught history for 30 years, and, everybody's heard of Daniel Boone and the Cumberland Gap. And so, people will stop here from all over the country to come in. Sometimes, you'd be surprised, even foreign countries when I worked at the park would stop in to see the Cumberland Gap and Daniel Boone.
Today, the tunnel sees 30,000 people a day passing through and serves as a monument to history.
And you need to understand your history, and it's such an excellent avenue of being able to portray that to not only locals but to everybody in our nation, because we are a vital part of the history of this entire nation.
The Historical Society exhibit runs Tuesdays through Saturdays in Middlesboro. Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
In addition to the environmental and historical preservation, the tunnel replaced a deadly road. Tunnel manager Robert Morrison told us the old highway through the area, known as Massacre Mountain, averaged around 5 deaths each year. Since the tunnel opened in 1996, there have only been 2 traffic-related deaths. One of the highlights of last week's SOAR Summit in Corbin was the inspiring story of the keynote speaker. Last week, retired U.S. Navy flight surgeon and NASA astronaut Jerry Leninger spoke about his experience both in space and medicine. He describes how he survived some of the most dangerous missions in space history, including an out-of-control spacecraft tumbling through darkness. Throughout his long career, he also spent 5 months aboard the Russian space station. He says his time aboard took great courage.
I try to address any risk there is. I try to be 100% in the zone, and during dangerous moments like a fire in space or a collision that we had, you've got to use all your brain power, all your training, all your skills. You draw upon everything you've ever accomplished in your life.
Certainly a fascinating interview. He has quite the resume. Leninger says he would go up in space again if asked, maybe on a future mission to Mars. You can see my interview with Leninger and Congressman Hal Rogers on Issues and Answers tonight at 7 here on WYMT. A former Pulaski County constable will serve nearly 12 years in prison. Michael Wallace was found guilty of conspiracy against civil rights and meth possession with intent to distribute. After his sentence, he'll have to undergo 4 years of supervised release and won't be able to be a law enforcement officer during that time. His attorney says he plans to appeal. Police in Laurel County are still asking the public for help in solving a murder case nearly 1 month later. 62-year-old Brian McCarty was shot in his home on September 25th, and deputies with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office are still in search of the shooter. And the reward for information leading to a potential arrest is now up to $25,000. Deputy Gilbert Achardo says they've been getting tips every day, and this will only further help their case.
We've got some more anonymous donors that want to see justice in this case, and we think that that's going to encourage people to continue to give us tips and leads. And nobody wants somebody running around in their community that has killed someone. We want to bring them to justice.
Deputy Achardo encourages anyone to reach out with information at any time, and all tips can remain anonymous.
Beautiful day out there, turning into a beautiful evening around the mountains. We're going to have a pretty nice sunset out there thanks to the sunshine. I-64 camera at Moorhead. You see nothing but blue sky out there today. That's something we'll continue to see as we head through the overnight, or really the evening and into the overnight. Mid-60s when it comes to our Buffalo Mountain camera out there. We're starting to see the sun dip below the horizon. A pretty nice look out there. Look at Pikeville already slipping to 64, 65 into Prestonsburg. Most of us in those middle and upper 60s out there. It's a clean sweep on Pinpoint Doppler. We'll expect it to stay that way. Chilly, mostly clear tonight for those nighttime forecasts in the low 40s with just a little bit of that valley fog. I'll have the latest coming up on when we could see a couple of showers try to move in, though, coming up in just a bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. The fall season, a time known for the beautiful colors the foliage can bring. However, in eastern Kentucky this year, many trees are still green. WYMT's Chas Jenkins spoke with experts on what could be causing the late fall.
Tree leaves changing color, a natural occurrence caused by the colder climates and drier weather.
That has been shaped through evolution, that these plants are now reserving their energy so that in the spring they're ready to leaf back out.
But due to a late spring, wet weather, and hotter climates this season, that is not the case, with foliage across the region still looking green.
I looked up some climate data and found that eastern Kentucky, the latest data I had was for August, but that it was slightly wetter than the 20-year average and slightly warmer than the 20-year average.
Tourism leaders in Letcher County see this as a blessing for the area.
Having an extra time to go to the lake or hiking or just that, extended time is, we're really pushing that, and people are enjoying having that extra time to go out and do things.
Experts say this environmental change could be a permanent one.
We may actually see fall, the leaf coloring, like that signal of fall, happening later in other years going forward as well.
However, tourism leaders are already prepared, setting up live camera feeds across the county.
That's for two reasons. One, so people that are traveling to this area can kind of look at those and they can see what the foliage looks like and come at the right time that they want to. Two, we put that up for people that can't make it to the area.
Studying and adapting with the environment. Chas Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, at least it finally feels like fall out there. Are you seeing lots of fall color in your community? Send us a picture on Facebook or tag us on Twitter. Well, today our region has 7 counties in the orange zone and 1 in yellow, marking more progress in the battle against COVID-19. Governor Beshear announced 678 new cases of COVID today in his first news conference about COVID in 2 weeks. That increases the statewide total to 727,125. There were 31 new deaths, though, bringing the death toll to 9,396. So death numbers, unfortunately, staying high. The positivity rate continues to decrease, and it is now around 7.4%. Haven't seen it that low in a long time. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information on our website at WYMT.com. With the fall season, of course, also comes Halloween, and more often than not, organizations offer activities for younger children and rarely gear activities specifically toward teenagers. The Johnson County Public Library, though, has dedicated the entire month of October to teens by hosting Teen-tober, an event that offers fun Halloween-oriented activities for teens each week. Organizers say the event not only gives teens an opportunity to experience age-appropriate activities, but it also promotes the other services the Johnson County Public Library offers to that specific age group.
Our biggest goal here at Johnson County Public Library is to provide a safe, fun, and welcoming environment for our teens. And so that's been the goal from day one with my job.
Teen Services librarian Shannon Reinthaler adds that she plans to create even more activities for teens to participate in for the upcoming holidays. To see the complete Teen-tober activity schedule, just go to our website. Pumpkin Park at London Town Center is back this year. It gives kids and families the chance to experience some outdoor Halloween fun both during the day and when the display is lit up at night. This is becoming a new tradition on Main Street, and despite the pandemic is still hampering some people's plans for the upcoming holiday, parents are happy to be out and about with their kids.
It's great. It's fall, it's beautiful, the weather's beautiful, and it is normal. They're ready for Halloween, they're ready for the fun, and this is a great place and a great way to do it.
We'll have more on how kids and parents are enjoying this coming up tonight at 11.
And coming up, I'll have the latest on our fall-like forecast and when we can see a couple of showers move back into the mountains.
And we'll show you some of the beauty and wonders that is our very own Kentucky Wildlands and tell you about the effort to get more people to experience it.